Hello, my name is Maddie. I am a student studying graphic design, and these are my favorites for 2024. I've said it in previous videos, but there is nothing that I love more in this lifetime than watching other people's favorites and putting people onto things. I love putting people onto things. I love when I'm right and that I know I have good taste. So I had a really, really good year for the first time in like 9 years. So like and subscribe if you had a good year or if you had a bad year. Also, my hair is different than last time. Um, it'll get better. It's a bit yellow at the moment. But I have some raccoon tails now, which I'm very happy about. And yeah, I realize this list is in such a weird order, but like I'm not gonna rearrange it. So first we're doing apps, which is like such a weird place to start, but I love me a good app slash website. This is apps slash websites. The first one is an app and website, and it is My Mind. This is like my most like chronically used thing this year. It's like Pinterest, but you can save like anything to it. And that's what I'm using like right now to have these notes on. But it's like basically a really searchable database for anything you want to save. I put a lot of images on there, but I also put YouTube videos and articles and songs and quotes. I started out with the free version and then I'm on like the cheapest subscription version now, I think. I really, really like it. It works really good for my brain. It makes sense. It's just Pinterest, but like an extension of Pinterest. Yeah, I love it. It's been my absolute favorite, and you can save just anything to it, which I really appreciate. Next is Pinterest. I'm just putting this here because I chronically use it, but Pinterest is nothing new to anyone. I recently made all of my boards private again. I was Pinterest famous for a while. I was up to like 1.2 million monthly views, and then I was like, this is a bit much for me. And all my boards are private now just because I feel like scheming in secret. So, yeah. Next is Endel, which again is an app and website, but I just use the app version on my phone. I use it like literally every night on the sleep mode, and it's just like ambient white noise. And I really like the sleep one because you can set an alarm that will like gently wake you up in the morning. I think I also just sleep better with it. So I always forget to use it more during the day because you can use it for like studying and stuff too, but I just forget. I just end up putting on music most of the time. But next is OneSec, and this is like a screen time blocking app, and I had been on the free version for a while, which you can block 2 apps with. My screen time was getting real crazy, and I knew I probably needed to like invest a little bit of money in something. So I went with OneSec after trying out like at least like 5 to 10 different screen time apps, and I'm really happy with it, especially for the price. I find that it's really good and it has a lot of settings, and it's just like a more harsh and customizable suite of settings than what Apple gives you. I primarily use this to block out like my social media, especially like Instagram and TikTok. Not that I go on TikTok much anyway, but this is just like an added layer of like protection against me going on there. And my screen time has gone down like insanely, tremendous amounts. I was definitely hitting like at around like 5 hours a day screen time, sometimes less, sometimes more, and now I'm down to like at a max like 3 hours, but sometimes even like an hour or less a day, which is crazy. But just depends what I'm doing still. But I go on Instagram only like once or twice a day. I'm really happy with it as a little screen time solution. So yeah. Next is tech. The first thing is my Steam Deck. I got a Steam Deck when they came out in Australia recently, and this just has a pink case on it because I don't want to get it really yucky and grubby and sweaty. But like, damn, I love this thing to death. I got the most expensive model. This is so cool. Like, this is like my dream. I don't own a gaming PC. I've been like thinking about it for years, and held off on getting one because I'm just was hoping that PCs would get cheaper, smaller, better. And sure enough, here she is. I have been playing so many games now. I already like love PC games. I'm like a Nintendo girl, but then like after that, I'm like very closely tied with PC games. It just depends. I like the Nintendo exclusives, but I prefer PC in general, and the flexibility of that. This thing just works and she's cute and she looks good. The speakers are good. The display is incredible. I love the controls. It's surprisingly really light and the battery life is way better than I expected, which is crazy. This is literally like my dream come true though. I also love this case, it has a stand on it and it's pink. I kind of want to put stickers on it, but I just haven't yet. So we're just rocking with this, which is not the absolute best, but next is my Cos Porta Pro headphones with the orange Yaxi pads on them. I've had these for a couple of years now, maybe like 2 years, and I don't regret it one bit. They're so affordable for what they are. The sound is amazing, and I use these at uni a lot because I'm so scared of taking my AirPods for some reason. So I bring these instead, but they also look really cool, so I'm not complaining. So comfy. I don't usually wear headphones at all because they hurt my head tremendously. I am so sensitive to getting headaches from headphones. So that's why I didn't want to buy like the Sony ones that everyone gets because I would never wear them. They would just hurt my head and I would hate them. These are so lightweight and easy and very, very portable. Literally just fold them up and yeah, literally the love of my life. They're so good. They sound so good. Damn, I love them to death. Next is my fourth generation AirPods. I think they're fourth generation. I'm 99% sure. With noise cancelling. And I got them I got them custom engraved with a little star, and then this is a Hello Kitty squid keychain, and then I have like a sparkly glitter case on it. Which this is so cute, by the way, this setup that I have going on. I really cooked with that. My old AirPods are first gen. I only had one working AirPod left. The other one was like really quiet for some reason. I tried cleaning it out and everything, but I just held on to them for ages because I tried out the third gen ones and I didn't like them at all. Immediately returned them and I was like, I'll just hold off and wait. And then fourth gen came out and I was like, oh, this actually looks perfect for me. Especially because they have noise cancelling, which I usually wouldn't go for, because it's usually a headphones thing. I like AirPods, and you would think the noise cancelling on these wouldn't be that good, but it is. Like, I can sit in the same room while I have, like, family watching TV, and I can hear the TV, like, a little bit, but not really at all. Like, especially when you actually have, like, other media, like, going, you don't notice it. I find that when I then, like, go to, like, turn it off to, like, compare it, I'm, like, getting blasted by sound. Like, they do work really good. I also really like them for the gym now, for noise cancelling. Yeah, they've just been awesome. I wasn't sure how much I would use the noise cancelling, and I don't use it every single day, but I do use it quite a bit. It's good. It's really good. I really do like these. I use them every day. I already use my old AirPods every day, so I knew that when I upgraded it would be fine, and worth my money, but I just was trying to run those things into the ground. Next is my Marshall Middleton speaker. This was so friggin' expensive. I got it because I upgraded my record player setup this year, or was it even last year? I don't even remember. I was traumatized from how expensive it was. Love the way this looks, and I love the way this sounds, and it just lasts forever too. The battery's so good. And yeah, this was hella expensive, but I don't regret it. But I couldn't necessarily like recommend it to people because Bluetooth speakers are so expensive, like, unless you really need one. I do use this a lot though, and it has such a rich sound to it, which I do really like. Um, and she's just very pretty, very cute. Next is my MacBook Pro, which I swear I'm always shouting out this thing. I have the MacBook Pro with the M1 Pro chip. So she's a couple years old now, still going very strong. And this year I have used my MacBook more than ever. And I just love it. It does exactly what I need to do. I love Mac OS. It works so well with my brain. It's kind of cool that Apple is finally like an innovator in the laptop sphere again, because that hasn't been a thing in a while. I also really like the display on this thing. It's just so pretty and very color accurate, which is really good for my work, and it handles all the Adobe Suite really, really well, and I haven't had like any issues, which is so good. Last for my tech is my Kindle. I got a Kindle this year and I pirate all of my books because I'm not paying for an ebook. That is silly. You're not making me pay for an ebook. This is just the Paperwhite. It's like the premium one. I think it's like waterproof and stuff and has like a couple extra features. These are kind of expensive for what they are, so like get one secondhand if you don't really care that much, because there's not really any point paying big money for them. This book that I'm reading right now is freaky as hell, by the way. Like, I don't recommend necessarily. I'm like halfway through it and it's really freaky. So just ignore that. But I do really, 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 really love this thing. I read it literally every night and take it everywhere with me. I read most of my books on here simply because I was already pirating most of my books. My local library doesn't have a good selection of books at all, and I'm not buying a book unless I've already read it and I know I like it. Damn, this video is gonna be so long, I'm realizing, but now we're on to books. The first book that I really liked this year was A Handheld History by Lost in Cult. I love Lost in Cult in general as a publisher. I love this cover too, and just this whole book is made with so much love, and I really liked reading it. It's so dense too. I really like my handhelds, and this just has such pretty, pretty, pretty spreads of handhelds and games. Like, this shit has me geeking out big time. Also, some of these I've already mentioned in a previous video. I did a video on my art books because I love art books a lot, so a lot of these just end up being art books. That was all of my art books. I since do have more art books because I really like art books. So maybe I should do an updated video. But if you want the full spread of all my art books, check out that video. This is Mycelium Warsoni by Brian Blumworth, and I picked this up early this year in Sydney. I just saw it at a bookshop and I had to get it because I love fungi so much. This book is incredible. I've already ranted about it again in my previous video, but the art is gorgeous and it is the most cute, cartoonish retelling of the history of psychedelics, which I do not do. Again, I feel like I need to say that every time I like talk about mushrooms. The next book is Eve, How the Female Body Drove 200 Million Years of Human Evolution by Kat Bohannon. And this is definitely my favorite book of the year and the book that I talked to my loved ones the most about. I feel like I just learned everything from this book, and this book made me feel so much happiness and pride and magic in being a woman. I really, really, really like a good nonfiction science book. The cover is also beautiful, and so are the illustrations inside. And I just like was reading it and I was like, oh my god, like women are so cool. Really, yeah, I just cannot stop thinking about this book. And I love it. I would reread this like in a heartbeat. It is so good. I know it looks really dense and it kind of is, but it's so captivating and so interesting. And yeah, I wish everyone would read this book, especially every woman. I feel like it made me feel cooler. It made my body feel cooler. Next is Pen Pal by Dathan Orbach. I don't know how to pronounce that. This is like a thriller horror book, and it was originally posted on Reddit, I think, and then was later published, which scares me a little bit, but It's been on my want to read for a while, and I didn't know what to expect from it, and I really, really, really liked it. Some people really did not like it and said the writing was like a bit freaky and like unrealistic, and it's just a lot of mixed reviews, which I was like kind of surprised about because I really enjoyed it. But it is a bit of a mixed bag. I thought it was like really cool though. I don't know. I really liked the concept, and I think I read it in like a night or two because it was just like yeah, really did not want to put it down at all. Lastly is Women Who Run with the Wolves by Clarissa Pinkola Estes, which I feel like I am really saying that wrong. I apologize. This to me is like the spiritual counterpart to Eve. Instead of being a book about women through the lens of science, it is a book about women through the lens of storytelling, wisdom, and spirituality. And usually that is not something I am drawn to, but I found this book really, really insightful in like ways I did not expect. I kept a really open mind while I was reading it. Yeah, I don't know, it did something to me, and I found myself talking about it a lot with my friends because I just thought it was so interesting. And it's told kind of in chapters through the parallel of historical fairy tales and folklore stories, and then extracting the messages and the archetypes of women out of that, which was just like so big brain and interesting. Yeah, I just felt like it was such a good pairing and a successor in a way to reading Eve. It was kind of both sides of the coin. For music, I've just put in my top 10 songs of the year based on like my number of streams. I particularly this year really liked Billy's new album, Hit Me Hard and Soft, and also Clairo's new album. My top song of the year was Please, Please, Please Let Me Get What I Want by the Dream Academy, which is the cover version from the Smiths, and I kind of just like streamed the heck out of this song after watching Ferris Bueller's Day Off too many times. I love literally every cover of this song. Like I love the Deftones cover as well. I genuinely could not pick like which is my favorite, but yeah, this cover is just like it has crack in it. It was so good. My second song of the year is Chihiro by Billie Eilish. Not much to say about this one. I really, really, really like it. Some Bleach Flies by Ethel Cain. I've been back on my Ethel Cain grind this year as I was last year. I love and adore Ethel Cain very much, and this song is like just insane and incredible. I love the entire Preacher's Daughter album. Next is I'm Not in Love by 10cc. I'm trying to think where I would have first like grabbed onto this, and I think it's probably from the Virgin Suicides movie soundtrack. This is such a good song, and I love it so much. I think it's also in Guardians of the Galaxy. Playground Love by Air. I was just so into Air this year. Like, I love Air so much. And I love the Virgin Suicides movie so much. So this song is like literally my peak song. Juna by Clairo. This like rocked my world this year. I love this song so much. This song alone basically convinced me to buy the vinyl. But I do love the whole Charm album with my whole heart. It is such a good album and not what I was expecting from Clairo, but in the absolute best way possible. She did such a good job. I also really like that the whole album was recorded on tape. I think it just sounds so warm and so nice and lovely. Supermassive Black Hole by Muse. I got into Muse in 2019 originally and went through like a huge Muse phase, and this song I have never dropped since then. I didn't even know it was in Twilight, and that's how it like became popular until I watched Twilight for the first time last year. And yeah, this song is just so good, and definitely I can see why it is like their top song. It is a very good song. I also do really like that whole album. Next is L'amour by Billie Eilish. Not really anything to comment on there. Same with Lunch by Billie Eilish, and then Redbone by Childish Gambino, which I feel like always ends up in my top songs and has been since like 2016 when it released. Next is just some honorable mentions of the concerts I went to. My top concert this year, which I was like not fully expecting to be my favorite, but it was Air. I saw Air in Sydney Opera House, and it was like literally like the best thing ever. It was so good. I love Air so much, and that live was crazy. It was so good, and I've also never been inside the Sydney Opera House, so that was so cool. I saw Alita in early January in Sydney, and that was a very, very small venue and a very small show. So I like got to see it really up close and personal. And then since then, she went on the trilogy tour with Melanie Martinez and was the opener and was playing like huge crowds. And I think she's probably gone up in popularity a lot since January. So I'm very thankful I got to see her then. I have been a fan of hers since before she was releasing music at all, so it's really cool to see where she's come. And yeah, I love her stuff so much. And my last concert that I really liked was Mario Kart Live. This is just like a traveling band from Melbourne, and they play Mario Kart Wii Music Live. Well, people play Mario Kart in real time. So that is really fun and cool, and I geeked out. Movies and TV, I realize I have a lot of, which is crazy, but they're all really valid and cool, so I'm gonna talk about them. Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, which was from last year, but I watched it this year. The animation was crazy good, and I thought it was really funny. I kind of prefer over the movie, although I do really like the movie. But yeah, I want to rewatch this or something. It was really good. It was a pretty short little series to watch, and it was just cool. I really like the animation. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I watched and rewatched this year with my boyfriend, and it's also my dad's favorite movie. So I just get a lot of use out of that movie, and I really like it. I love the museum scene, which is where Please, Please, Please Let Me Get What I Want by the Dream Academy is from. Well, not from, but it's in there. Yeah, that movie is just so good. I saw Deadpool for the first time this year, and my favorite is the first one. I've seen all of them now, obviously. Um, but yeah, the first one I really like. I thought it was so funny, and actually like one of my favorite movies ever now. I love Deadpool. Baby Driver from 2017. I watched this for the first time upon my boyfriend's recommendation, and it was amazing, and also now one of my favorite movies. The sound design and the soundtrack is literally monumental and historical and fed generations. It's so good. Could not recommend this one enough. Carrie from 1976, I also saw for the first time, and I don't know how I haven't seen this earlier. It also quickly became one of my favorite movies. I thought it was such a pretty movie, and I don't know, it just had this quality to it that I really, really liked. I know it's not very true to the book. I haven't read the book, but I've heard it's not like law accurate. But I really, 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 really liked it. So, Late Night with the Devil, which came out this year, I really liked because it was just different. It was new. It was cool. There was a bit of a controversy of them using AI art for some of the title cards, which I um, do not really agree with, but I can see where it came from because they were working on a small budget and whatnot. But I just, aside from that though, it was a really cool movie. I think I've seen it twice now. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was really cool. Maxine, which also came out this year and most people didn't like, and I could see why most people didn't like it, but for some reason I kind of really liked it. The ending did fall off, but I don't know, I just thought it was cool. Like an 80s Hollywood setting and Mia Goth just driving her car around and being cool and evil. Longlegs, which again came out this year. I have actually seen a fair few new movies this year. Not my absolute favorite. I liked the beginning, maybe the first half of the movie, and then didn't like the second half. I thought it used too many like really stereotypical horror tropes. I kind of thought it was going somewhere different and unique at first, and then it kind of turned around and like was like every other horror movie to me. But nonetheless, I still think it's really cool, and it made me feel kind of the horror of being a kid again. Twister from 1996 I saw for the first time, and I was expecting it to be really scary. I'm pretty scared of like natural disasters and tornadoes and stuff, and I thought it would just be like genuinely the scariest movie I've ever seen, because that would actually like get to me when scary movies usually I don't find that scary. But it was actually just like a love story but like with tornadoes in it, which was like so like crazy and funny and not what I expected, but it was like so enjoyable, and usually I don't like love stories that much either, but this was really cooking. Coraline from 2009, I saw the remastered 3D version in cinemas a few months ago, and it was so freaking cool and good, and I've never not loved Coraline, but I've just kind of fallen in love with it all over again, so it has to get an honorable mention. Alien from 1979 I also saw for the first time this year, and I also really, really liked it. I can't believe I haven't seen it sooner. The Menu from 2022, I remember wanting to watch this when it came out, and then I just didn't get around to it, and I didn't know what to expect going into this movie. It went the way that I hoped it would go. It was just like really cool and different. I don't know, it was cool. It was really cool. The Abyss from 1989. It was like honestly quite a scary movie. It's all set underwater. It sounded like it was the most troublesome movie to ever film, and the cast refuses to do interviews on the movie and talk about it. They all hate their experience on it, but it is a really good movie. I wish it was a little bit less science fiction and a little bit more just like existential and actual science. I don't really want aliens in that kind of movie, but I'll let it be. I rewatched The Nightmare Before Christmas in October, and it is still such a banger. Really cannot go wrong with The Nightmare Before Christmas. I love that movie so much, and I have been listening to Sally's song so much from that. But the whole like musical is really good. I didn't forget it was a musical, but I'm like, how like did they make this a whole like musical and no one's talking about it? Like, that's crazy. I watched The Penguin this year, which is like an extension of the Batman movie, and it was, yeah, really good. I just found out today that the Batman 2 has been postponed until 2027, so that basically has to last me a while. I only have the first Batman movie and the Penguin until 2027. The Substance, which I really liked on my first watch and liked less on my second watch, but the second watch I went with a friend, and also my favourite teacher from my uni was there, which was so funny. I was like, it felt like a celebrity like sighting to me. Like I was freaking out. I thought it was a very refreshing movie and really cool, but the shock value, especially in the third act, just kind of wears off after the first watch, I think. On the first watch, though, it was like crazy. Secretary 2002 was like the freakiest movie I've ever seen, but somehow also like really good. I also just saw like Billie Eilish's like Vogue video for the year that she does every year, and she said she really likes Secretary, like that's like her favorite movie now, and I was like, you're a freaky, you're a little freak. Makes a lot of sense. Lastly is a folk horror movie, and it is The Wicker Man from 1973. This is like Midsummer, but before like Ari Aster like had the chance to copycat from The Wicker Man. Like The Wicker Man is literally Midsummer, but like older and therefore more unique and more freaky, but somehow also less freaky. I liked it more than I liked Midsummer, and it has the vibe of like Love Island, but for freaks. That's it. I've been playing a lot more games this year, especially now that I got the Steam Deck, and I always love gaming, but this year I've actually just finally played more games again. My top game is just like the most addicting game, which is Outro, which everyone's talking about, and it just won some game awards. I love seeing an indie dev get somewhere. It is just so cool. so I'm very happy about that. I have only won one round of Bellatro, and I've played for like 25 hours. I don't know if I'm the most suited person to be playing or talking about Bellatro, but Zenless Zone Zero, which is a MiHoYo verse game from the makers of Genshin Impact. I have dabbled in Genshin Impact and I thought it was okay, but I don't really like it. I saw Zenless come out earlier this year and I really did want to play it, but didn't have the means to play it. So now that I have my Steam Deck, I've been playing it and I do really like it. I'm just playing through the story at the moment, so I haven't really got to any of like the weird like gotcha stuff, so it's been good. I really like the character design and everything. I don't love the story. It's not bad, but I just like the gameplay mostly. Like the combat is like really fun. So Dave the Diver, I've almost like fully played the game now. I have like maybe 30 hours in it. I was really addicted for a while. It's kind of worn off now, but it has such a good gameplay loop of fishing in the daytime and then running a sushi restaurant at night, which is like so like unique and cool. And I prefer like the restaurant manager part more than the diving, but the diving is still fun. But I just like am at the point now where I kind of time skip to night sometimes just to like make money. I do, yeah, I really like Dave the Diver and I want to 100% it, I think. I'm getting close. Melon Journey Bittersweet Memories is another indie game. I follow the artist who is one of the primary artists that worked on it. I've been wanting to play it for ages. I 100%ed it, which wasn't too hard. It's like a reasonably short game. And I really like the art style. It's just pixel art, but it's all green and it's just so cute. And I love the storyline and the dialogue. And it was just a very charming game. I really, really liked it. Next on here I have Batman Arkham City, but honestly just the Batman Arkham games in general. I picked up a bundle of all three of them this year and I've played through the first two and I'm on to the last game. They just have like changed my expectations for games like completely. I'm pretty sure the first one came out in like 2015. Why do they still look so good? Like that is like my standard for what a game should look like of that level. Yeah, literally insane. And I've only kind of lightly played through them. I haven't done like much past like the main story because there's like so much depth to it. But yeah, like they're so cool. I love Batman just so much and the setting and like world building for everything in the Arkham games is like peak. It's so good. Next is my pointed toe Mary Janes. I had been looking for a pair of these all year. They're like literally my dream shoe. This is everything I want in a shoe. In a shoe. I got some at the start of the year and they didn't fit me because I ordered them online. And then before I could buy a pair in a size that would have fit me, they stopped selling them. So I just cried basically. I went on like a deep dive like last week to have another go at finding some and I found these and they are so pretty and perfect and literally better than the ones that I had to give up on at the start of the year. Yeah, these are awesome. Next is some en route jewelry, which I got for my birthday. I got this necklace, which is my absolute favorite. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's such a nice length too, and it's like adjustable. I love her. I love her. She's so pretty. And then the other one I got, which I already loved, but then when I got it, I loved it more than I expected, is kind of a rosary style necklace. I wish the back of the cross was also detailed, but it's only the front. It's also fully adjustable, and I really, really like this chain. It's so pretty. I love gold jewelry. I wish I owned more silver, and I wish silver looked better on me, but it doesn't, so I wear gold. Next is my jorts, which I am literally wearing right now. Everyone got jorts this year, and I wasn't sure how I felt about them until I got a pair, and I wear them like all the time, just like around the house and when I don't want to dress up as much because they're just really comfortable and practical. Next is this plaid dress that I got. It ties at the neck and then the whole back is open with ties and it has a drop waist. It is so pretty and my favorite dress at the moment. It just looks so good and it looks good on me and it's also double layered, which I like a lot and I really appreciate. Next is Revis Denim. I did a Revis Denim order earlier this year when they were having a really good sale. Otherwise, I wouldn't have got it, but even then it was expensive. And I got the jumpsuit, which I feel like is everywhere online, with the heart cut out in the back, and it's just full length denim. I love this so much, and I get a lot of compliments on it. And I also got some pants from them that have the star on the bum, and they're also really cute. But these were hella expensive, so I hope they last me forever. Next is my handbag, which I got on Depop like a couple of years ago. And it's from Japan. I think it's a kid's bag, but it's a Hello Kitty plaid bag, and I love plaid. I use the absolute shit out of this. It's been used and abused, and I stuff it literally to the brim as well, and I can never find anything in it. I definitely need a new bag, and I am kind of starting to be on the lookout because this has lasted me a good few years and is just very small. But nonetheless, I do really like it. I also have this keychain on it that was gifted to me by a friend, and it's a Hello Kitty croissant. And I really, really, really like this keychain. I got this keychain recently that is a mini Game Boy. And I also got, damn, what are these called again? The Boo Boo. But I got this off AliExpress and I think it's fake. Look how wonky he is. And last is this shirt from Jaded London. I'm pretty sure it's called like the stereo shirt or something. It's just really cute. This might be like just a trendy shirt, I don't know. But I genuinely really like it. And yeah, it's so cute. For beauty, I try not to buy too much makeup and stuff. I already have like everything I need. But I do really like the Emco Beauty Extend Lash Mascara, which I am wearing right now, and just bought another one off while it was on sale because I think mine's running out. I really, really like this mascara. It definitely is my favorite mascara, and I really like how it looks. And my other favorite is Glossier Cloud Paint in Haze. I've had this cloud paint for like literally like 5 or 6 years, and I use it very often, and it's not even anywhere near empty. Like it looks full still, which is scary, but I love the cloud paints because they just last forever, and I always use it on my cheeks and really like that. But I've also been using it on my lips because I really like when my cheeks and my lips match. And yeah, I've been really liking it on my lips. It looks really pretty. And lastly is just some really like random things. The first one is this Tamagotchi notepad, which I am like full obsessed with. I love Tamagotchi so much. This is just everything to me, to be honest. This changed my life. I love the designs in it so much. I love Tamagotchi. Literally like my childhood obsession. Next one, I'm too lazy to get because I have to unplug it. Wait, I can bring my camera over. This croissant lamp. So cute. But yeah, it's a croissant lamp. It's USB-A powered, and it's from Typo, which is so freaking random, and I never shop at Typo, but they've kind of been hitting the mark for me recently. I really like those bread lamps, but I don't know if you know the ones, they're real bread. They're very expensive. I was never gonna get one of those. I can't afford that. This one's just plastic, but it looks pretty legit to me, and I love lamps, and I love this lamp a lot, and I'm obsessed with it. Next are these stackable Sanrio mugs, which surprisingly, somehow, from a miracle, are also from Typo. Literally so weird, I haven't shopped at Typo in like years, but I love these type of mugs. They're called a soda lime glass mug. As I especially geeked out when I saw the My Melody one because it's the old My Melody design before she was pink, and I really like red My Melody. So this was hitting it for me. This is everything. But I love all of them. The only one I'm missing is the Good Atama one, which I do also really want, but I just don't have it yet. And I love that they nest perfectly in each other, and they're just so pretty, and I love them, and I'm very obsessed with them. Next is my Spectra pre-production doll. She's the only pre-production doll I've been able to get my hands on so far because they're so hard to get in Australia. She is just keeping me alive for now. Best purchase ever. I love Monsai dolls so much, and I want more of the pre-production ones, but yeah, they're just so hard to get. I had Spectre as a kid and I've always really liked her, and I love her little ferret. Next is the Miffy cookie cutters, which I'm not going to go and grab, but they're just from Amazon, and I've been making Miffy gingerbread cookies, and that has been like the best thing ever. I got a Lush lavender moisturizer, and I've also been really using that. I never ever shopped at Lush, and I just asked for some Lush stuff for my birthday because I really needed a new moisturizer, and I do really like Lush as a company, like ethics wise and everything. They're really good, but they're just a bit expensive. Yeah, I got a lavender moisturizer, and I love putting that on before bed because I really like lavender scented stuff for bedtime. And my last one is chewing gum. I've just been like chewing a lot of gum this year. I don't know. I don't even know if it's good for my teeth or good for me, and I probably need to stop because I am scared it's not good for me. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a good new year, a good 2025. It is so scary, the passage of time. It's really scary. So yeah. But I've been posting on my Instagram a lot, which you can find me at creatureprincess.